Jeff is the only guy I know who doesn't like the Beatles. I can't figure that out, but
I have taste.
Well, there's such a thing as bad taste as well. So.
See, do I know how to get the crowd on my side? I mean, look at them. They're ready to kill me right now. So.
No, they're not. They love you, Jeff.
No, they don't.
Everybody loves Uncle Jeff. Anyway, this is one of my favorite songs, but most of you probably don't know the backstory. It's just real quickly. George Harrison wrote this song. He was incredibly depressed, and who wouldn't be living over there in the UK where it rains most of the time, hardly ever snows, it's cold and miserable, and it's just, what a rotten place to live, okay? Anyway,
He's never been to the UK.
Never been to the UK. I'm just guessing. Well, he wrote such a miserable song. Anyway, he called up his friend Paul, and he asked Paul to come over and said, Paul, I wrote the song, I want to know what you think. And so Paul listened to it. He says, well, you know, George, it's a pretty good song, except for the fact it's rather depressing. I think if you took a couple changes, made a couple changes with the words, you could flip it around and make it a positive song. And so George did exactly that. And so I'm going to play it. We're all going to play it. And it's going to sound a little bit like the way you're familiar with hearing it. But the original title of the song was There Goes the Sun. You know, now wouldn't that depress you? You know, just, oh no, the sun's going away. Anyway, so he flipped it around and called it Here Comes the Sun. It goes like this. And that's how we find out who our regulars are.
Yeah.
All right, so when I get that was called a musical motif. When I get to the end of it, you guys let me down. You let me down. You let me down. I expected you guys to step right up and do what you were supposed to do.
You got to understand at our age, it's important to be regular. Okay, so I'm just saying.
Okay, so anyway, I need you to lift your arm as loudly as you can. Make a noise like woo. Okay, like this. Woo! All right, let's have a test on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! That was very good. Now just make sure you don't have a glass in your hand when you do that with your, okay? It annoys the people next to you.
You guys are all going to be regular now.
It's also a short-term memory test. I'm going to play that musical motif one more time, and let's see if anybody actually remembers what to do at the end of the motif. Here we go. Not bad. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. It's been a cold, lonely winter. Dark, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little dark, feel the ice is slowly melting. Thank you.
So nice.